Hi everyone, good evening. It's Tuesday, the 24th of August, and it's a Women's Month. And happy Women's Month to everyone, and to also the gents who will be listening. So I welcome you. If you're joining from Facebook or from Zoom or from YouTube, please do say hi and also participate. So you're welcome to ask my guest some questions as well. She's a wellness coach, so it's an exciting discussion that we're gonna have today. So and thank you so much for just scheduling this time and prioritizing your time to spend with us as well. I am transformation coach Mashudu Mbhele. Others know me as Nsieni Ketive. So you can choose the name that goes well with you that you wanna call me. And I'm also a member of Way. It's Women Emancipate Yourself, and I joined a while ago. And with the platform, I've learn to celebrate women, and the support system has been quite amazing. And when opportunities come, there is that support system. And today's guest also, she's part of Way. I met her through Way, so it's so exciting that I get the opportunity to speak to one of the Way members as well. Join the conversation. It's about me having a conversation with different women from all walks of life. And we started this last year and we are continuing this year. And this is, I think, is the 16th conversation we're having this month. And we started on the 1st of August of this month. And I trust if you haven't listened to the others, so do prioritize some time and listen to them. You can also go to my YouTube account, Mashudu Mbhele, and listen to those. So you can download and listen to those discussions as you're driving or just doing something because you'll be inspired. Because join the conversation is about empowering, inspiring others, and planting seeds. You might be at a place whereby you're asking yourself, can I do this? Where can I get help? So we're here to plant seed. And if you're listening to this, you are meant to be here. So don't run away. And also share what are your key takeaways that you're getting from this discussion. We'd like to hear from you as well. And before I call on my guest, myself being a transformational coach, I help people transform their lives so that they can be intentional in how they live their lives and be successful. So I help them get rid of their emotional and mental baggages and also their negative beliefs. And it could be someone who's suffering from anxiety, depression, trauma, or someone who's got issues with relationships, or someone who's got an issue with many things that are affecting them negatively, or they don't want to wake up. They've got issues with their self-image, how they look at themselves, judging them. So the list is endless, so you can reach out to me. So without wasting any time, let me welcome my guest. And can she please introduce herself and tell us who she is?
Hi, Ntieni, and hi, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity. My name is Queenp, those who know me best, and I'm from Pearlicious Wellness Coaching, IT professional. I work in an IT industry, but my passion really is in health and fitness. So hence the Pearlicious Wellness Coaching. So I pursue this passion of mine, and through that, I've studied personal training. So I'm helping people to, like in health and fitness, to reach their goals. Because sometimes people, they struggle, and other people, they can't even do this in a group situation. So my session, most of the time, is on one-on-one. So I'm a road runner as well. So I'm having 13 comrades. It should have been the 15th this year, but thanks to COVID, last year we couldn't run even this year as well. My aim was actually to do just 10 and stop, but you know, when you are passionate about something, it's not easy to stop. So I ran up until the COVID decided, nope, you can't run the comrade anymore. But nonetheless, we're still running because we can't stop. It's who we are. So I also did 2 oceans there. I have 9 medals. I was supposed to obtain my 10 last year. So again, COVID stopped that. So I do hikings as well. I love outdoors. I love nature. I actually, when I'm out, I'm at peace. That's where I sort of, it's my me time, when I feel like, what, I had it with everything, stress of working and all that. Either I go for a run or I plan a hike with friends. So what I do as well, I enjoy traveling. So I've started traveling recently, not recently, actually, I think it's as of 2017. So I travel actually, and I make sure that at least once a year I do international traveling, and as much as I can locally. But ever since COVID, I haven't done international travel. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Maybe I can just ask, what made you start running? And for someone who says they want to start running, what can they do?
Okay, what made me start running? Actually, I was working where we have a gym at work. So it was easy for me to go to the gym during lunch or when I knock off. So the reality struck me when I had to move to go to the work that didn't have a gym. And, being a mom, having to juggle between kids and being a mom, it can be taxing. So that took the time for me to be active. So I couldn't go to the gym. And I was actually scared of getting big, let me say that, because I grew up like, this is not my body that I'm currently in. So I was a chubby person. So when I had to move job, so I was scared of like, I'm gonna get big if I don't go to the gym. So the only thing that I could do was for me to wake up at least 20 minutes or 30 minutes early before I take a bath and run or walk, because I believe everybody can move, can do something. So I started slow actually. I would wake up 30 minutes early and run around the block. So I started doing that, and I would walk, run. And as I go along, I set myself goals to say, okay, with the trees or whatever, because back then it was before the smartwatch. So I'll be saying, I'm gonna run from here to there. And when I get there, then I'll stop walk. So up until I could run nonstop. So that's how it started. And then for the races, actually, it was a coincidence, because one day when we were at work, they were recruiting for the running club. We had a running club at the time at work. So they just came with the application forms, and they just gave us in our desk to say, come and join the running club, come and join the running club. So I was like, anyway, I've started, why not? My question though was like, is this professional? Do you need to like be at a certain level for you to join the club? They were like, no, you don't have to. Actually, anyone can run. So that's how I joined the club. And my first race was supposed to be a 5K. But when I got there, they didn't have a 5K. It was actually women's run at the time. It was sponsored by Edgar's. So it was on the 9th August, I still remember, 2003. So I ran that race, it was 10 Ks. And believe you me, I did that in 1 hour, 20 minutes. And I was so happy because I had my first medal. So it was first medal for me ever. And I think I still have that medal, because for me, it's something. So it made me realize that I can, and why not. So from there, the rest is history. Here I am down the line. I can't imagine my life without running. Actually, I thought when the COVID started that I will be lazy, but guess what? If 2 days passes without me running, I feel as if I'm sick. So it's in me, and you can, whoever comes to my path, they know. Like they fall in love with running. You either run or walk or you do some form of movement. So that's me.
So true, and it has been quite amazing to see your journey. And I remember after I learned to know about you, and then when we did the challenge and doing those exercises, it was quite amazing, and you were grateful.
Yeah,
Thank you for that. And the beauty is that with her, you don't have to be nearer her. You just have to be disciplined and follow the guidelines that she gives you, and you'll be so
true.
amazed because that is all you need, having an accountability partner. So I see also we've got Diso Mpo, and then she's sending hearts, and we also have got Nolo. Welcome, guys. We appreciate you. And if you've got questions for Pearl, please type them. I'll ask them for you. My next question is, what is your message for us on this awesome Tuesday?
Okay, my message for you, ladies or women or whoever who's listening, is to say find time for your health. Dennis Waitley says time and health are two most precious assets that we don't recognize and appreciate until they have depleted. So we sometimes take for granted our health. Actually, same as time. You know, when you are still young, let's say you are 20 and you hear about this thing of taking care of your health, and you are like, I'm still young. Actually, my son was like that. I'm still young. I'm not yet old. Before you know it, guess what? You're 45 and you are probably suffering from these lifestyle diseases. So we really need to make time for our health. So healthy living, actually, it's sort of a process. It's really about an overall health where you need to find a balance. I think the main word here is you need to find a balance. So we have first thing, you need to think positive. That's the first one. You need to eat better. You need to exercise often in order for you to feel good. So I'll start about thinking positive. So think positive. It's that in your mind. So even the Bible it says, "As the man thinketh, so is he." That we find it in Proverbs 23:7. So we need to be careful what we allow in our mind. I'm saying allow because you can choose between negative and positive thought, because in life we have choices, remember? So you need to choose what to allow in your mind. Of course, they will come, but you don't have to entertain those negative thoughts. And one way of distracting yourself if this thing, they come, you need to try to do something. You need to intentionally or think of positive thought or do something that will distract your mind. And one way of allowing positive thought is through meditation. You can either meditate, or like I said, you can just take a walk or a run, or you can actually read a book. Actually, the list is endless, but you can intentionally think positive, you know? And we need to try to avoid negative news. You know, in TV, we have all this kind of news. So you can always change your channel, because the more you dwell on negative, it affects how you think. And how you think, it will affect your health. So most of the time we get sick because of what goes on in our mind. When you worry, you end up getting sick. But if you allow the positive thought, you are able to lead a healthy lifestyle. You are able to even enjoy doing things. One other thing is socializing. I mean, you can meet a friend I know now it's difficult because of COVID, but meeting a friend over a drink or a coffee, that helps as well, because you are able to catch up And I think talking to somebody helps as well, even when you have problems. Dr. Carol Leaf actually in her book, Switch on Your Brain, she's saying, as we think, we change the physical nature of our brain. As we consciously direct our thinking, we can wire out toxic patterns of thinking and replace them with healthy thoughts, you know? And as you do that, that will affect your health, obviously. So again, I'm saying what we allow in our mind, it will affect us and it will affect your health, whether positively or negatively, it's up to you. So the second point in healthy living is about eat better. So eating a balanced diet is an important part of maintaining good health and can help you feel best. This means eating a wide variety of food in the right proportion and consuming the right amount of food and drink to achieve and maintain a healthy body weight. Let us make sure our body's pH balance is where it needs. So the pH balance, we have a scale of pH that normally our food, like it's either they're acidic or they're alkaline. So the pH scale is how acid or alkaline your food is. So your body works constantly to carefully control this pH level of blood and other fluid. The body's pH balance is also called the acid-base or acid-alkaline balance. The right pH level are needed for good health. So the pH scale ranges from 0 to 14, as I said, and the readings are based around pH, of which 7 is neutral, our water, the water that we drink, the pure water anyway, not the one that, the flavored water. The pH is 7. So a pH below 7 is acidic. A pH higher than 7 is alkaline or basic. Foods that are high in acidity, they include all the meats and fish, grains, processed food, sweets, alcohol, soft drink, coffee. So, and unfortunately, this short list that I've listed, it's what we enjoy. And those are acidic. And remember, I mentioned that we need to try to balance. So actually, those, we enjoy them because we say we can afford. Remember back then, our parents and our great grandparents, or the way people used to live, they would eat pap and spinach or papa and morogo. And for you to eat that now, you're like, oh no, I'm not poor, or no, I can afford meat. Why not eat meat? Yes, you do need to eat meat, but everything, like I said, it's in proportion. So, and we consume way too much of those, the list that I provided. And that can lead to weight gain, depression, lower back pain, digestive issues, and aging skin. Those are some of the things that I mentioned. I had Ntieni, when she introduced herself, she said she helps people get over depression. So those are actually what we eat, actually. That's why they said you are what you eat. So if you constantly get sick, you must look at your diet, how you eat. So over-acidity has even been linked to formation of cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and osteoporosis. So to keep our body in balance, our diet needs to consist of at least 60% of alkaline forming and 40% of acid forming. So the alkaline forming is our foods and vegetables, you know, so our plant-based, actually. So when we eat those, we won't go wrong. Actually, they're saying you should, anything that has an advert, you must know that normally it's not good for us because they are actually promoting, they are recruiting you to buy. Have you seen an advert of a banana? You haven't seen that. Exactly. And it's actually good for you. So, but then we need to maintain balance, because everything is about balance, as I mentioned when I start this. It's not that you need to completely not eat those. You need to eat them, but at a minimum. So we need to obtain at least 60-40, of which 40 is acidic, and then 60 is your alkaline. But you should really aim at 80-20. And it actually depends on your goal. But if you seriously want to be healthy, or if you want to achieve a certain goal, you need to at least strive at 80-20. But anyway, when you start, because you need to start somewhere, 60-40 should be your bet. So one food that is extremely alkaline for me in the body is the lemon. And this can confuse, because we know that lemon, it's sour. Yes. So when you drink lemon or when you eat it, I mean, some, they can't even eat the lemon. It's sour. But you know what? Immediately when you put it in your body, it changes to alkaline. It seems red, but it's actually, that's how it is. So adding lemon to your water is highly beneficial, because we're supposed to drink at least 2 liters of water in a day. So some people, they can't stomach water. They struggle really to drink just the plain water. So you need to at least include lemon in your water in order for you to be able to drink it. So one question that I got on this, like somebody was saying, I hear you're saying I should put lemon in my water, but now I drink 2 liters of water a day. And lemon for me, because of sourness of it makes my stomach to cramp. So you want to tell me now I need to drink this water lemon even though my stomach cramps? And the answer is definitely no. So the aim is to at least your first cup, preferably in the morning, try to have that with lemon, because at least it's a base. Because lemon helps to clean your system, actually. So it helps cleanse your digestive system, ignite your metabolism, and neutralize your excess acid. So it's very good and very beneficial. So let's make sure that our body's pH is where it needs to be. And then try, as I said, to include at least water lemon, have water lemon in order to balance, you know, as I said. So the third thing that I wanted to talk about is exercise often. So exercise, I know some people, when they hear the word exercise, they're like, oh my God, not that again. We can't. But we need to move our body, guys. And moving our body is not really going to the gym. So, I mean, you can really do anything from cleaning your house. You know, cleaning your house is an exercise on its own, because it raises your heart rate. So it is some form of exercise. Cleaning your house, you can jump up and down, jumping jack. Remember when we were at school in primary? So jumping up and down, skipping, walking, running, as I said, and yes, going to the gym as well, because there are people who prefer that. So you really need to keep it simple. And anyone can move. Therefore, we all can exercise, and you don't have excuse not to. So how do you go about it? You can ask that question. You need to start small, as I said. I mean, everything, I mean, you can from 0 to hero. So you need to start small and be intentional. Like, let's say when you walk, because you can't start by running. Like I said, when I started walking, running. It depends on your goal. I think with me, because I didn't want to gain weight, so I wanted to run. That was my goal. As much as I was not a runner at the time, but then my aim was to run. That's why I had to set the goals for me to start by running, walking, until I could run nonstop without walking. So you can start by walking. I mean, even 5 minutes a day makes it different. Actually, you need to be out in a direct sun for you to get that, to have that happy hormone. You know, we all have a hormone like right here in our forehead that needs a light, and not artificial lights or any form of direct natural light. But you have to make sure that it's not a harsh one, the one that you need to put the sunscreen on. I think the best is before 11, anytime before 11, just to have a natural light out in the sun. Aim at least for 20 minutes to be in the sun so that you can get your happy hormone. Because if you can close yourself in the house for some time, I mean, especially nowadays, we work from home. So it's really not healthy to be inside the house, not going out for a period of time. You end up being crampy and you'll be surprised. I mean, what is happening? So it's that the gland, it needs you to at least go out so that you can get that light, natural light, not artificial light, because the artificial light, it actually upsets it. That's why you get those like cranky, like, you know, so you need that. So you need to start small, 5 minutes a day, if maybe you can completely. So you work 5 minutes a day, and then you gradually increase your time. And before you know it, you'll be spending more time exercising. As I said, aim for 30 minutes at least. This is once you get used to the routine, because you can't, from the word go, you start by 30 minutes. Try to listen to your body. It's very important, because your body will tell you. Don't punish your body. It's the last thing that you can do for yourself. You need to listen to your body. It will tell you. So you need to start slowly and gradually increase. And don't push it. And once you get to this stage, you will probably start to feel good, which leads me to my last point of feeling good. It's all about balance, as I said. This is the last stage of healthy living. That means you don't have to give up during the process, during what the points that I've mentioned. So when you get to, you need to hang in there until you feel good. And it will get tough. It's not easy, but you know what? You just need to hang in there and strive for this stage, because it will come if you don't give up. It's not about having time, it's about making time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I am empowered, and I trust those who have joined in are also empowered. And welcome. I see we also have got Rachel. So welcome, guys. I don't know who's the other person, but welcome. And if you still have got questions for my guest, and she touched on points of healthy living, which is about thinking positively, eating better, exercising, and feeling good. And I wanted her to share, maybe I can share it also for someone who loves sweet things like a name chocoholic. I had to learn to to eat junk properly, because when I was doing one of the programs, and I remember even today I still applied, it's making sure I've got my glass of water, I've got my fruit, then I can have my junk, which is the chocolate. So just make sure you've got those. You've got your water, your fruits. So it comes back to the balance that she was talking about, the 40-60, which is 40 acidic, 60 alkaline. So it will be gradual and over time. And I don't eat chocolate like I used to. So thank you so much for that share.
You're welcome.
It's changed my mind, and I tell people about it. Yeah. So my further question is, why did you share this message? Why is it so important to you?
This is very important, because our health, we only have one body we live in. And if we mess it up, you are doomed, you know? And you know, you can't buy health. It doesn't matter how much you have. You can be a millionaire, you can be a billionaire. But if you are sick, believe you me, you really can't buy health. So we need to take care of our body. And because now this pandemic that has attacked the whole world, it shows us that, you know what, you only live once, and we need to make most of our time in earth. Because we know, most of people who die from COVID is because of the underlying diseases, But if you keep healthy, if you think positive and all that, you are able to avoid these sicknesses. More especially us Black people, we are from families, we have our background, we have from my family as well. We have cancer, we have high blood, we have diabetes. So it's like a gun given to you, loaded, né? And then it's up to you whether you pull the trigger or not, And the only way that you'll carry this gun and not pulling a trigger is by leading a healthy lifestyle. So as we lead our healthy lifestyle, we know our numbers, meaning you always check your blood pressure, you always check your glucose. You are able to know your numbers, and you are able to maintain your health, and you live happily and healthy ever after. So it's very important for everyone, not just for me, for us to lead a healthy lifestyle.
Thank you for that. As you are talking, when you talk about checks, I remember I had a discussion with other ladies whether they do their annual health check, and then normally for females it's doing your pap smear, and if you're above 40, doing your mammogram. So as you are listening to this, are you also doing those health check, like looking at your full blood count? Because when you do that, you'll be able to see and make sure you don't pull the trigger on your life. You'll be doing something to make sure that those things that
and talking about it, I had a scare. I don't even mind to share. In 2013, I had a scare of cervical cancer. They found the cancerous cells, because I do annual checkup. And because it was early, actually it was scary because initially it was level 1. And the next thing, when they do biopsy, I was on stage 4. So you can imagine, and I had to do, they had to go and burn those cells, which help, So imagine if I didn't do the annual checkups, I would have realized or known when it's too late, and they would have done nothing. They would have been not able to help me. So it's very important for us to do our healthy, our annual checkups, and to know our numbers, because even the simple thing as blood pressure, we need to always do those checks, because it can always go up. Even the low one is dangerous. So it's important to really know your number. The only number that I don't need to know, that I actually encourage people not to concentrate on, more especially when you want to lose weight, it's your weight. How much you weigh. That can discourage you. It's okay to start when you start, because you need to start somewhere. You need your base numbers. You can check how much you weigh, but don't use the scale as the measure to lose your weight. Because one other thing, as you lead a healthy lifestyle, as you eating healthy, and as you go to the gym, you start gaining muscles, and those muscles, they weigh. So as you use the scale, you think you gain weight, and the next thing you'll end up starving yourself, not eating. And one thing about starving yourself, if you don't know, is that as you starve yourself, the body, it works in wonders. It can see when you starve it. This diet thing, I don't normally encourage my client to go on diet. That's why I spoke about 60-40. You maintain that and then you are okay. Because when you go on diet, remember you deprive yourself some sort of food. So the body sees this, and by the time you eat, it will tell itself that, oh no, at least now he or she's eating, let me hold on to this so that by the time he or she starves me, at least I have something. And guess what? Those tends to fat. So you'll find that you don't even lose weight as much as you want to lose weight. So the best way is to eat healthy and listen to your body, as I said. So yeah.
Awesome. So initially when you mentioned when you were talking about healthy living, and you also mentioned the lifestyle diseases. What are those for someone who's saying, what is that? Just to understand that terminology, what would you say, what are lifestyle disease?
Yes, the lifestyle disease, I think I did mention, it's our high blood, hypertension, heart diseases, cholesterol, those things that normally our elderly people, they go to the clinic for and taking pills just to control their blood pressure, just to make sure that, the sugar diabetes, those are lifestyle diseases, because you find that immediately when you change your diet, those things actually disappear. Back then, when I used to have a helper will come, because I'm the one cooking in my house. Obviously, I control how people eat. So you'll find that within few months, they'll be like, yo, ma'am, I was surprised today when I go to the clinic. They were even like commending me. My blood pressure, it's normal, because it's what you eat. It really, change your diet, you'll see the difference.
So true on that, and also reading labels. So when I joined one of her programs, I also learned how to read labels. So yeah, it was quite, I still use that even today. Thank you so
much.
much.
You were my good student.
Yes. So what programs do you currently have? Are you doing anything? Let's say someone says they've heard you today and they want to get in touch with you. Is there are there any programs that you are doing besides you running and being busy with traveling and working? What do you do, any programs at the moment, or how can they get hold?
Okay, professionally, like I said, I'm working 9 to 5. I'm in IT industry. I'm actually an IT manager. So I do that during the day. I work from home, which, I don't have much time of going out, but I still do some wellness coaching, because coaching, in the end, you don't have to be with me. So I do those online, and I do video callings and all that. So, and I have my page, Pearlicious Wellness Coaching, where I normally post tips there, even my newsletter, because I try to have at least a newsletter every week. So yeah, and recently I've taken a photographer. So I'm doing a photographer with you, Demi, because I love photos. I just can't help it. I love taking pictures. So I'm studying photography. It's something I enjoy doing something. Actually, I'm not somebody who will just sit and not do anything. So if I'm not busy with something, then I do photography recently. So yeah.
So basically, you're a busy bee. So
yes, okay, I didn't mention I'm a divorcee. So my ex used to say to be like, aren't you getting bored? Or what? No, actually, he was like, what's wrong with you? Are you bored? Because like I'm constantly doing something. And then back then, I think I did sewing as well. I can sew. I know how to use a machine. I can do beads, So constantly, I'm sort of looking at doing something. And like I said, I enjoy helping people to get healthy fitness, because it's a journey. You don't see a person a day. It's like a program. You need to go with this person in a journey.
So true. There's a comment from Rachel. She was just highlighting the comment you mentioned, that the underlying problems were the cause of some of the COVID deaths. And then Nolo says, not giving up is the way to go. Still need to adjust to a balanced diet, to healthy lifestyle. Thank you guys for these comments. And for those who will be listening to this at a later stage, just type replay and tell us what were your key takeaways. And I believe and trust that today you've been empowered, a seed has been planted, and you relook at your life, what you eat, what you spend on, what you think about as well, because it's holistic. Because everything that she mentioned, it's a holistic thing that you have to look at, and the fact that your health is your wealth, and if you don't take care of it now, later you're gonna pay. And I've seen as well, even me being above 40, when you start going to the doctor, they say, do this test, do this test. It's like they know that when you reach this certain age, you have to do those things. So whilst you're still young, eat healthy, let your body take care of you when you're older, and you'll minimize all spending a lot of time being in hospital, medication. Yeah. So your health is your wealth. Thank you so much. And you also mentioned meditation. So guys, on Saturdays every morning at 7, I run meditation sessions on my Facebook group, which is Enabling Your Life with Transformation Coach Mashudu. So if you haven't been introduced to meditation and you don't know what it is, so do join us. So the sessions, they run from 10 to 30 minutes. So it's live on the group. If you're on the group, you can also listen to the other sessions that have been. So it's just another way to empower you, so that you can own your mind and manage your thoughts, so that you can think positively, so that you don't get sick, because most of the time we create the disease in our bodies, which also is through our thinking and the food that we eat. And thank you so much for this. Any other final words before we end? It has been an awesome discussion.
Yeah, my final word, really, I can say we should be careful of our thoughts. I mean, what we expose ourselves to, because, I mean, our thought, we are our thought. And really, in terms of the healthy living, it's about consistency. I mean, you need to have that balance. And even the moving part, you need to be consistent. You need to start. That's the best way. Once you start, you need to be determined that you will do it. And like I said, until you feel good, don't stop. It don't be easy, yes. And guess what? There'll be days where you feel like, oh no, I can't do this. It's okay, you can take a break, but don't give up. So take a day break, 2 days break, but after that, just go back there until you feel good about it. Believe you me, it is possible. So those are my final words. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So guys, everything is possible. And she also mentioned our first, when I had my first guest, Bomoralo Nematan, she spoke about start. So everything, just start whatever you want to do. And if you haven't listened to the other conversations, please do. You'll see there's a theme. It's like each discussion, it's a build up to the other one. I don't know how it's happening, but from what I'm seeing, it's a build up from one discussion to the other. So start with to listen to those conversations from the first up to now, and we have another one on Friday with another phenomenal, remarkable woman. So I'm excited. So Sunday, it's our last session for Join the Conversations, and we'll continue again in September. And if you missed out on the others, you can go to my timeline on Facebook and to our guest timeline, or you can go to my YouTube on Mashudu Mbhele. So guys, thank you so much. Remember, share these videos. It will plant a seed, it will empower someone, and it will make someone to rethink in terms of their lives, because there might be someone who's very sick often, they are in medication, they are not eating well, and maybe from what has been said today, they'll just have that aha moment and create that spark to rethink on what they're doing to themselves. So do share and also create those conversations wherever you are. It doesn't end here on Zoom. In your small stock fellows, wherever there's anyone, just educate. Let's empower each other and have those courageous discussions, because at the end of the day, we're the government. We need to change our country. We need to change the world, and no one can do it but us. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Enjoy your evenings, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and enjoy your evening too.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.